Gotta get it right, buddy.
I'd like to welcome y'all to Q City World, and today we'll be talking about Shane Mosley and a lot of other people saying that Canelo, Lomachenko is fighter of the decade. This shit is out of control. It's out of control. I mean, at the end of the day, what legendary fighter has Lomachenko beat? You feel me? He ain't even in position to be called fighter of the decade. Canelo, he got so many controversial wins.
In the fight, Adelaide Bird, whatever her name is, 118, 110, she needs to be tested immediately. Makes no sense whatsoever. There's no way in hell that it's a 118, 110. That's a completely lopsided fight on either end. She had it for Canelo. There's no way on earth that Canelo won 118, 110. You want to sit up there and say a draw, fine. You want to have him ahead by one round, I totally and emphatically disagree, but that's fine. It was a valiant effort on his part. He fought a tremendous fight, but Teddy's absolutely right. He fought in spots. He would connect with a good punch here or there. He would fight for 20 or 30 seconds, but after that, he'd take the rest of the round off.
Went up there and fought Kovalev, and then went right back down. Why he ain't stay at 175 and fight the other fighters at 175? Something ain't right about Canelo. Everybody's starting to figure it out, even though I said it a long time ago. If you ask me, fighter of the decade, you got to give it to somebody like Manny Pacquiao, or Manny Pacquiao ain't did shit either. You feel me? Fighting once a year. You feel me? He was with Bob Arum doing hella rematches with Tim Bradley, Marquez, till Marquez finally knocked him out. Then he got the Floyd fight. He lost that fight. He didn't even get his revenge with Floyd. He didn't even get his revenge with Marquez. I mean, he that guy though, because he came up here and beat that boy Keith Thurman, but Keith Thurman ain't been the same since he got the elbow injury, whatever, man. Got married and all that, man. Dude just, I don't know, man. Dude is going to be a sports announcer. And you know, a decade is only 10 years. You dig what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, Floyd fought to like what, 2014? 2000, yeah, I think he did fight 2014, 2000. So that nigga still might be fighter of the decade. Only had to fight a half a year to be fighter of the decade. You feel me? Did more than everybody. Y'all want to put Canelo in this spot? Let the decade be over. Let Canelo be fighter of the decade in 2030. You know what I mean? If he still, I mean, I don't know. He ain't undefeated. I mean, the nigga took a draw this decade.
And again, it's not the fact that it's a draw. As much as I don't like it, I think it's weak because I want a decided winner. I don't want to hear draw. I do understand those who believe it was a close fight. But to have Canelo Alvarez winning 118, 110, that judge needs to be tested now. Not an hour from now, not 2 hours from now, not tomorrow morning. She needs to be tested.
I mean, I don't know what the hell, man. You know what I mean? All I know is Floyd Mayweather held boxing down for a long time, man. For y'all to be trying to discredit this man and try to rush Lomachenko as fighter of the decade, put Canelo as fighter of the decade when he lost to Floyd Mayweather in 2012 or something like that. I mean, come on, that happened within 10 years. I mean, fighter of the decade, that don't make sense. I mean, Deontay Wilder, get him fighter of the decade. You feel me? That man been knocking everybody out, man. He did. It's been going down every time. That man speak it, believe it, and it always happen. I mean, at the end of the day, Lomachenko lost to Orlando Toledo this decade. You dig what I'm saying? Canelo lost against Floyd Mayweather this decade. Canelo got a draw with GGG this decade. Teddy Atlas got fired because of the Canelo fight this decade.
There's money to be made in the casino business, but there is an oversight board to make sure there's no corruption. There's no oversight board in boxing. There's no commission. There's no national commission. No federal guidelines. Nobody looking and saying, can't do that. Can't do that. that you can't be in charge. Promoter can't be in charge of who the judges are going to be. No, of course you want these judges. You can't be in charge. We're in charge. We're going to oversee it. We're going to police it. We're going to make sure that there's no corruption. There's nothing. There's everywhere else in the garment business.
I don't know, man. I guess at the end of the day, I mean, Floyd ain't fought since what, he fought 2014. I mean, that nigga still the fighter of the decade, man. I ain't seen nobody make that much money in the fight since that man. You dig? Get some money, man. That's what these dudes want to do. They don't want to fight each other because they trying to get money. You dig what I'm saying? Canelo just signed a $300 million fight. Floyd made that in one night. You dig what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you trying to say fighter of the decade, you would have to give it to Floyd Mayweather, man. Even though he only fought about 5 years out of the whole decade. You feel me? With the Conor McGregor fight. You feel me? And the fight in Japan with the side bets. I'd like to thank you guys for coming to Q City World. Floyd Mayweather is the fighter of our decade. Peace.
What I do got, what I don't got. Just know, I'm gonna stay in my lane. I ain't gonna fuck with nobody, and I don't want nobody fucking with me.